So what exactly is the difference between an ADN versus a BSN degree? In this video, I'm going to be sharing that with you guys. I actually did start off with an ADN degree, and then I currently now have my BSN degree. So I will be sharing that information with you guys. So first of all, let's answer, because maybe you don't know, what is an ADN degree? So that is an associate degree in nursing. So there's actually two ways in which you can obtain an associate degree in nursing, and one of them is to go through your state community college, or you can go through a technical school, which I believe is a private school. And the one school that I can think of in California is Gurnick. I think that's how you say it. So usually an ADN nursing program takes about 2 years to complete. Now let's move on to BSN. What exactly does BSN even stand for? You might be asking yourself that question. BSN is a Bachelor's Science in Nursing. 3 different ways in which you can obtain a bachelor's degree. So the first way is for you to do a bachelor's nursing program through a state university. And the second way would be for you to get it through a private university, such as the one that's here in California is National University. You could get your bachelor's through that. And the third way would be for you to do it through a university. Once again, I'm using California as an example because that is where I live and that is what I am familiar with. So you can also do it through a University of California, which is a UC. And usually a bachelor's program is about 3 years. So before I start talking to you guys about what the differences are and the pros and cons to each, I want to make sure that I tell you guys that no matter whether you have an associate's or a bachelor's, you're still a nurse and you still have a registered nurse license. And the fact that you have one over the other doesn't make you more or less of a nurse just because you obtain a certain degree or you choose to obtain your RN license or your degree through a community college, a UC, or a state university. It really doesn't matter. When you're a new grad, it doesn't matter if you did the nursing program through an associate's degree nursing program or whether you did it through a bachelor's degree nursing program, because you're still a new grad either way, which means that you're still going to learn a lot of things that you don't learn in nursing school, which I made a video about that, you guys. I will put it down in the description box. I made a video in which I share 10 things that nursing school does not teach you. So you need to know those things as a nurse, and you will learn those things as a nurse, of course, with experience, but you don't learn those things in nursing school. And like I said, when you're a new grad, it doesn't matter whether you have an associate's or a bachelor's. You're new. Either way, it doesn't matter. You don't know pretty much a lot of things. I mean, you know more than you think you know, but you don't know a lot of things because a lot of things you will learn on the job with experience. So with that being said, it doesn't matter what route you really go for. And nothing makes you better or less of a nurse. And I just want to put it out there because I don't want anybody to ever think that there is only one way to reach your goals, because it's not. There's many ways, and only you are living your journey, and only you know what circumstances you are currently in and what it is that you can or can't afford and what it is that you can or cannot do. So these videos are just to help you come to that conclusion. I'm not telling you to do this route or this route. Just like I said, think about what's best for you, and this is your journey, not anybody else's. So anyways, let's get right into the video. So the first obvious difference between an ADN versus a BSN is obviously the cost difference. I mean, I think we all know that, right? It's obviously a lot more expensive to do a bachelor's nursing program instead of an associate's degree nursing program. So with that being said, take those things into consideration, research both schools if you have the opportunity, and find out what's best for you, because obviously community college will be a lot cheaper than a private school, than a UC, or than a state university, and that's a fact. So of course, not only is the cost a difference, but also the time it takes for you to complete the programs. If you want to complete the program in 2 years and you want to finish faster, then do community college. If you have the time and energy to put into nursing school, then hey, just do the BSN program. But for me, like I've mentioned in other videos. I'll put it down in the description box. For me, I paid my way through nursing school, and it was important for me to do community college first because it was cheaper, and then work, gain experience, get money, and pay for my bachelor's program. And that's how I did it. But like I said, do what's best for you. And also the other difference is the fact that you're gonna have more career opportunities with a BSN. In my opinion, that is what I think. But remember, when you're a new grad, you're pretty much, whether you have an ADN or a BSN, you guys are both on the same boat. You guys do not know much because you guys don't have that experience that's needed. So at that point, it really doesn't matter which degree you have if you're a new grad. But keep this in mind, you guys. In the long run, for the future, it will matter, because with experience, you're going to obviously learn more things, and you're going to be a lot more knowledgeable with the things that you learn on the job. So that means that with a bachelor's degree, you will have definitely a lot more opportunities. Like I said in another video, I will link all the videos that are related to this topic down in the description box, but there are certain hospitals that are requiring for nurses to have BSN degrees in order for them to even consider hiring you. Now, another difference is that in an ADN nursing program, you do not obtain a public health certification. In California, if you graduate from a bachelor's degree nursing program, or you obtain your bachelor's afterwards, you are able to obtain a public health certification, which is something that I do not have. Like I said, I went to an associate's degree nursing program, and I do have my bachelor's, but I did not do my bachelor's in the state of California. So unfortunately, I don't have a public health certification. But that doesn't necessarily mean that they will not hire you in public health if you do not have certification. And I know for a fact, because my friend works in public health. She worked there for many years, and she actually told me that you don't have to necessarily have a public health certification to work in public health, but they do advise that within the year that you worked it, that you try to obtain that public health certification. So just because you don't have a public health certification doesn't mean that it doesn't qualify you as a candidate to be a public health nurse, because that they still consider you, according to my friend. And I was working for public health recently, and they never like told me anything about not having a public health certification. But for sure, that's something that if you're interested in, you should know. And like I said, you won't get it in an ADN nursing program, but you will get it if you obtain your bachelor's degree, at least in California. Now, difference number 3 is your salary. Now, I remember when I first was thinking about getting my bachelor's degree, which it took me like, I think 4 years to go back to school to get my bachelor's degree, because I just was done with school after nursing school. And I was actually telling myself, like, why am I gonna go back to school for $2? But I am so glad that I actually went back to school to obtain my bachelor's degree, because it opened up a lot more career opportunities. And like I said in another video, because I had my bachelor's degree, I was able to work in this hospital that I really wanted to work in. And I was hired there as a nurse. With time and experience, you guys, you will be making more money than $2 extra an hour. Trust me. You can make a lot more money with a BSN. Now, that does not mean that that is the only way, because there's certifications that you can get that will also qualify you for more career opportunities that are not necessarily you getting your bachelor's degree. There's like national certifications, etc. So just keep that in mind. So I know there are nurses out there who don't have their bachelor's degree and are making 6 figures. So also keep that in mind. But if you want to try to guarantee yourself that you will in the future have better career opportunities, I do suggest that you eventually get your bachelor's degree. It doesn't necessarily have to be right away through nursing school, but just at least consider it. And it's a lot easier than regular nursing school. Trust me, it was very easy. And I think it took me only like 15 to 18 months to finish my bachelor's online. So, I mean, it all worked out. But make sure to keep all these things in mind. And of course, as always, make sure that you do your own research. Always do your own research, you guys. Don't just listen to me. I could be wrong. I could be wrong about everything I tell you. But make sure that you are also doing your own research because it's important. So with all that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like the video if you guys found this information valuable. Make sure to subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, and I'll see you on the next one.